Hello and welcome to Riding Shotgun. I'm Oliver.
And I'm Zach.
Hey.
It's so cringe.
It is. I love it. Moving on. And today we are coming back. We've been out kind of Bristol way, shooting for one of our big corporate clients again.
Yes.
So we're back in the car, back recording for another podcast. We're a little bit late, not going to lie. So this one will be going out at some point today. But heidi-ho, we move on.
We do.
Yeah, we're kind of packed with the car, so kind of got a bit of a workhorse going on. But no, it's been a really good day, really positive.
Apart from the waking up before the sun decided to wake up.
That's not much fun. But we got coffee, we got Prime.
We got Prime.
And
we did.
I must admit, I know it's not a topic, but what those boys have done with Prime just boggles me. Just in terms of a marketing kind of...
Well, they did everything right.
They did.
Love it or hate it, whether you enjoy the taste of the drink or not, they've done everything right with Prime to push it to where it is today.
Like, I think literally the stars aligned in terms of they had an audience, they made a product that fit that audience, they marketed it to their audience in a way that their audience was going to like and enjoy.
Well, it's arguably the two of the biggest YouTubers on the planet.
Yeah.
One on the one side of the pond and one on the other side. So they're dragging in the US audience and the UK audience.
Yeah.
And what they've done with it is just insane.
Oh, it's mad.
Like they were making something like 100 million a month.
Yeah.
Or something
It's
silly
going to be
like
a
that.
billion-dollar company.
I think probably already is.
Oh, it probably already is. Yeah.
But funny thing, they didn't actually come up with Prime.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody else had... like you said, we haven't actually done research in this, which is going off the top, so I don't exactly know too many names and things, but they don't actually own Prime, they're just sort of the faces of it.
Interesting.
So there's somebody else that owns Prime, and they have been not hired, they partially own it.
Right.
But obviously because of their size on social media.
Which, that kind of makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Because when you take many businesses, the guys at the top, they're not going to have any knowledge of like manufacturing, distribution, brand deal. Brand deals probably.
Yeah.
But they're not going to have any idea in terms of all of that stuff, getting all of that sorted.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm sure whoever started it was like, look guys, I've sorted all that. I just need you two gentlemen to pop it off and sell a few 100 million.
Yeah. And they did.
And they did.
So fair play to the boys.
Fair play to the boys.
But yeah, moving on to what's been trending this week.
Go for it.
It has been quite a heavy week in terms of gaming, but we actually only have one thing we want to talk about. This week we had Gamescom, which is a yearly conference which pretty much reveals a whole new bunch of tech and a whole new bunch of games, and
it's kind of stuff like the new Xbox or the new PlayStation.
Yeah, you know, really
kind of revealed out.
You know, you get trailers, you get announcements, and all that kind of thing. And one thing that we actually saw at Gamescom was something called the PlayStation Portal, which is essentially a Steam Deck or a Nintendo Switch esque console.
Because they did the PSP, didn't they, back in the day?
Yeah, or the PSP.
I love the PSP.
But no, this PS Portal is their newest integration into the handheld world, coming in at $200. And I've got some stats here comparing it up to the Nintendo Switch Lite.
Right.
Because they are both coming in at $200, the same price point.
Okay.
So it only made sense to compare the two.
Makes sense.
So one of the main problems we have with the PlayStation Portal right now is you need to have a PS5 to use it.
Right.
So it says $200 on the tin.
Add another 300 to that.
Add 300, 400, 500 or whatever for the PS5.
Yeah, whatever.
On top of that. I know you might be thinking, yeah, but I've already got a PlayStation 5.
Which if you do...
Yeah, you might be thinking that, you know.
It's fine.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to then get this and go play my games on the plane. Well, you can't do that because to be able to play the PS Portal, you need an internet connection.
Ah, classic.
So
long car journeys.
Out the window.
Out the window, playing on a plane.
Oh, yeah.
Probably playing it abroad in general, outside of your hotel.
Yeah. So I don't see the point. You might as well pack your PlayStation 5 in your suitcase. Like, what? I genuinely don't understand the point.
Yeah.
So, but no, in all aspects of it, the Nintendo Switch and every other handheld wipes it out of the water.
Really?
Yeah. So, personally, would not recommend the PS Portal if I was you.
It's mad because the Nintendo Switch. Okay, it's great. I love what they've done with it, but it's not a high-performing console. When you compare a Switch to a PlayStation, the PlayStation blows it out of the water on all specs. So why have they gone this route of making something that's kind of inferior?
Well, it's not even been released yet, and you're having articles with headlines saying the PlayStation Portal is an absolute rip-off for $200 as well. For it to be called a rip-off, $200 price point. Like you say, it's not the greatest of starts.
So essentially, you can do the PlayStation wireless connection thing on like your iPad.
Yeah, like with the Xbox as well.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Is it a physical console to do that?
Yeah.
Right.
And you can get other consoles, handheld, who aren't made by Sony, who do the exact same thing. But they have a nicer screen, they have faster battery life, they have better specs.
Yeah.
So why would you buy the PS Portal? It doesn't make any sense.
It feels like they've either missed the mark or we're just a bit ignorant and...
Or maybe we're just a bit spoiled.
Maybe.
With everything else that we've got and seen how good everything else can be for them to release this and then all of a sudden... Or maybe they're not trying to be the portable handheld.
Maybe not, but it does feel like they're about 5-8 years too late.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
maybe they're just trying to be, I'm going to take this to my friend's house.
Yeah.
Sort of device. But yeah,
don't get it.
That's come out and it has received nothing but backlash, which is a shame because I would have loved to see. It's always good for competition. And another handheld device would have been great competition.
Bring out the PSP. Nice.
100%, yeah. PSP remastered or
reboot.
I'd be so down for that. But in other news, the Women's World Cup is finally over.
It is.
Unfortunately, the girls couldn't get the job done and they lost that 1-0 to Spain in the World Cup final.
They did very well.
Yeah, of course.
I commend them for getting to the final. But yeah, obviously.
Yeah. It's a shame.
It is a competition. Happens.
Yeah, I thought we didn't deserve to win. I thought Spain were the better team. I think the only person who really looked like they wanted to win was our keeper. But apart from that, I'm not going to slander them too much. They did get to the finals of the World Cup and they did extremely well. So yeah.
Commendable.
But yeah, moving on. I wanted to talk a bit about the moon landing. And
I heard about this.
The most recent moon installment to the moon landing.
Didn't come from Elon Musk. Didn't come from Virgin X and all of that.
Least expected to come from India.
India.
Who would have known? Who would have thought? So essentially, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the rocket. Do you want to try?
No.
Yeah, I'm not going to try. Essentially, they are the first people to land on the south pole of the moon.
Which, fair play. I've always wondered, and I know people argue like, oh, we did everything we needed to on the moon. But, and I know it's money, but why haven't we gone back more times since like the 90s and whatnot, whenever we did go?
The most fascinating thing about this isn't that they're like a new people that have done it. It's more that we have tried in the past and failed.
Yeah.
India are the first out of US, China and the Soviet Union who have all tried to reach the south pole of the moon and have failed every single time.
Like, credit where credit's due.
Props.
Yeah.
I wonder how this is going to now bring up India into the conversations.
Yes.
Because everyone, like you were saying earlier, everyone sort of took it as a bit of a joke.
Yeah, it's like, they've got a space program, like, sure, let's see what happens there. Yeah. But this puts them firmly on the map. Like
100%.
The US, well, China and Russia and stuff, then they are not going to like this. But I think the craziest stat that I heard about it was, so it cost them 75 million, which was under half, actually probably under a third of the budget that it cost to make the movies Interstellar and The Martian separately, not together. Like,
and when you think about it, these guys have landed a rocket on a different planet.
Yeah.
And for us to sit and watch an hour and a half, whatever movie, or longer than an hour and a half, it's quite long.
It's quite a long film.
Which was what, 250 million?
Something like that. And this was 70.
Yeah. And India only used 70 mil on their rocket.
Ridiculous.
It's just absurd.
Absolutely mad. But what is the world coming to?
Yeah, I just thought we'd talk about it because I thought it was quite interesting.
Yeah, no, I like it.
But yeah, no, moving on. A little bit of crypto.
Oh.
Everybody loves a little bit of crypto. I think crypto is a little bit like Marmite.
Yes.
You either love it or you hate it. But anyway, Bitcoin breaks below $26,000, which is its worst week since May. Now, many of my crypto people out there are going to be saying that I should be buying hundreds and thousands of pounds of crypto, of Bitcoin right
apparently
now.
You should.
Because
apparently you should.
When it's at its lowest is when you go in.
Yeah.
And you'll make millions.
But
apparently.
Some people went in at 50,000 when it dropped from 60 to 50. And then some people went in at 35 when it dropped to there.
And now. But I personally think it's inevitable that Bitcoin will just keep growing. And crypto in general.
See,
I think it will endlessly go up.
I'm almost of the other opinion.
You think it will crash and die?
I think it's a saturated market that, and I'm going to get lots of hate here, a lot of hate. But just personally, I think it's a bit of a saturated market that until it gets approval by national banks and government bodies to be able to be used as currency in and out of other currency sources, it's not going to break out of what is actually quite a niche subsect.
See, there are actually some banks who are starting to focus on the Bitcoin or the crypto scene.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think it's not on the agenda of the banks, but at the moment it's like holding a stock. You have to convert it back into dollars, pounds, euros, whatever, to be able to use it. So for me, it's just an investment tool, of which it's a very, very volatile investment tool.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it's yet become what we thought it could have been about 5 years ago in terms of actually being a viable currency.
Yeah.
I think it's got a long, long way to go before it gets to that.
I assume you're not invested in any crypto then?
No, it used to be a bit.
Did you take it all out?
I might have done. Saying that, when I invested, I would be quids in from how much it's gone down.
Was it Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Bit of Bitcoin.
Bit of Bitcoin. But
I mean, everyone's got a bit of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
But because of family bits, needed something just a bit more regular.
Stable.
Yeah, a bit more stable.
So you took out and lumped on SpaceX or?
Oh yeah, straight onto like Tesla. Fuck it.
There you go. Next thing you know.
I was very, very comfortable. Put it on the S&P 500 for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. Did okay, but boring investing. Investing should be boring. But yeah, not going to set the world alight.
Honestly, if it was complicated, no one would. Well, it isn't easy, but it's also not hard.
I mean, again, this isn't financial advice.
Don't take anything we say here serious.
Do not take my advice. Just saying. But investing should be boring. That's the whole point of it. Compound growth. Just put it in, forget about it for the next 10 years.
20, 30, 40, 50.
Yeah.
By the time you're 50, you'll have 4 million in the bank.
Yeah, it shouldn't be something that you're checking on every day, like crypto and all that. But anyway,
yeah,
that's just my 2 pence.
I quite enjoy watching crypto up and down and keeping in the loop with all the crypto news and things. I find it quite interesting. But yeah, anyway, the next one, something quite incredible happened in the music scene.
Yes.
In the past week, a guy called Oliver Anthony.
Madness. So he's a guy out of I believe it's south of the United States. Not quite sure, but he's a country singer.
Yes.
Did a song quite politically fueled about the state of America.
Okay.
And as right.
So he did that. Sorry.
And has reached the number 1 in the charts, which, fair play, congrats to him, but doesn't sound that amazing as a headline.
No.
But what makes this special is he is the first ever person to reach number 1 in the charts with no other song of his reaching the top 250 Billboard. So essentially what he's done, he's made songs on Spotify that have done a few thousand listens here and there, then number 1 in the charts. Yeah. He's got no track record.
And I think now is the best time and the easiest time for that to happen with the way that TikTok blows up artists. And
massively.
Whenever people tell me how the fastest way to grow on TikTok is, I always tell them, be political and stay on the bench. My biggest advice to someone when I say about growing a TikTok is speak about something controversial, but sit on the bench. And the reason I say sit on the bench is that so none of the hate is fired towards you, it's fired towards the topic.
Okay, so what do you mean? Like have put out a political view, but it's not your view, it's just...
For example, if you think that tax is too high,
right,
you start talking about how tax is too high and how you hate it and this, and you go, but obviously I understand the other side.
Right.
So this way you're essentially sitting on the bench, you're seeing both sides, but what you're doing is fueling up the audience to then get in the comments section, start commenting, and they're also then going to start replying to other comments with their views.
Boost a bit of engagement.
Yeah, but then they're also going to sit there and watch it start to finish because they're interested in such a powerful message.
Interesting.
That's my, like, whenever someone, and the reason I bring this up is because his song is so political.
Yes.
That it would have fueled engagement across social media.
Yeah.
Have you heard this song that this guy done? Have you heard this? I don't agree. I agree with you so much.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's getting all this engagement, and next thing you know, the song's number 1.
One thing, I think we just checked his YouTube. It's done 37 million views in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which, for an unknown artist, for people like Mr. Beast, that's a bad video for him. But yeah, for someone relatively unknown, it's just popped off. I think it shows things can still go viral.
Yeah.
So when we aren't...
You could have 0 subscribers.
Yeah, we aren't past that. When people are like, things don't go viral anymore, there's too much noise, it's too saturated.
Wrong.
Completely wrong. Like, any day things can still go viral.
Do you know, it would be quite funny. Because obviously you were saying he's not like a known artist.
Yeah.
It'd be quite funny if his YouTube wasn't monetized.
Yeah.
If he wasn't at the size to be monetized yet.
Yeah.
And he got because it's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So let's say in the first week he got 30 million. That's 30 million views he missed out being monetized on.
And depending what the CPM is on that.
And people that get... So I've got a friend that just recently became monetized.
Right.
And the way your RPM works is it starts really low.
Yes.
And it gradually increases.
Right.
So I think his RPM was at 4p for every 1,000 views.
Okay.
He's been monetized for about 2 weeks and now it's at around 40p.
Okay.
So even if he did get monetized, with that being said, it's been about 2 weeks for him and he's gone up about 40 pence.
They wouldn't have caught up by
So he wouldn't have been, in anywhere near the pounds or the dollars.
But then I think that's exactly why YouTube changed their monetization rules. Mm-hmm. Because it stops people putting up one video, that one video going viral, and getting paid out for it.
Yeah.
They want to get people to upload regularly, like create more content rather
than
just
a community of people on their YouTube channel. Because essentially, the bigger your audience, the more that these people are going to sit on YouTube.
And that's the people they'd rather pay than someone.
A one-time, overnight
success.
success.
One video goes viral because this is obviously a song. He's put effort into it. some go viral for the stupidest stuff.
Oh, 100%.
And you put up a 4-second video that gets 100 million views.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously they're not
memes, aren't they?
Yeah, it's for the meme.
But yeah, though, I think this leads perfectly into our evergreen topic for today.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk a little bit about why it's really important to have a social media manager or a team, or you are under a social media marketing agency.
Yes.
For the sole purpose of growing and getting engagement on social media.
Yes. So this is using an outside source, isn't it, rather than doing it in-house?
Yes.
Which obviously is a little bit of what we do. But this is it's what we keep on telling people, that what would you say is the top reason to use a company rather than getting it in-house?
I'm gonna go with I think that the top reason would be knowledge.
Yeah.
And then just under that, I would say time management.
Yes.
So their expertise, their knowledge, and then the time management for your company.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because anyone can put a plan in place to try and grow.
Yeah.
But the way that what are they called? What are we called?
Social media marketing agencies?
Yeah, sorry. But the way that social media marketing agencies create... What are they creating?
Content?
No, a plan.
Yeah.
But the way that social media marketing agencies create plans are very calculated. It's not like the ordinary person will go, okay, we're going to post Monday at 10 a.m, Tuesday at 11 p.m, Wednesday. Whereas a social media marketing agency will look at data, will analyze trends,
look at your demographic, figure out when they're online.
Yeah, and they'll put a plan together tailored just to you or your company.
Yes.
Which is why I think that's where the money is.
Yeah.
The money isn't in the content. Because most social media marketing agencies don't touch your content. You do the content and they do the rest.
Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of people miss out on. And they say, oh yeah, but someone in-house, they're going to know my business. They're going to know what we're talking about. Like, they're going to be there every day. And it's like, that's true. They will know your business better than a marketing agency because they're going to be in it every day. But
they're not going to know the audience.
That's the thing. You're not marketing to your own business. You're marketing to your audience. So marketing agencies, their sole purpose is to know what makes your audience tick through data, experience, knowledge. And they, like you said, they take time. So depending on your budget, most small, medium enterprises like SMEs aren't going to have the budget for a marketing team.
Yeah.
So they get one person and they unload all of this onto one person. Yeah. So, right, you need to create content, post content. Oh, we've got a show coming up. Can we do this? Can we do that? Can we do this? And this person gets overwhelmed. Whereas probably for the same price and cost, you get one of us in.
Yeah.
As this one person, and you get access to a team with all separate abilities, with all separate abilities that can delve into various different aspects of the marketing, whilst coming in at the same budget and hopefully doing a better job.
Yeah, and it's just things like you say in terms of the marketing. These agencies, the people in these agencies will have done courses on Facebook ads. They would have done courses on growing accounts and so on and so on and so on. And I'm not saying that these agencies can promise growth.
No.
Because nobody can promise growth.
No.
But what they can do is they can maximize the potential of your accounts growing.
Yes.
Because they can follow trends. They can, whereas you or your social media marketer that you've hired in-house, they might have another job going on. So they might be doing something else alongside that. There's just somebody that's already worked there that you've said, okay, I want you now to start this. The only problem with that is they have no time to keep up with trends. They have no time to constantly be looking at data. And that's where the problem is. And a lot of people just think, oh, I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to take a funny video of you talking about anything, and I'm going to post it. And as long as I keep doing that, it'll grow. No, that's not how it works.
Well, and the problem is you become a jack of all trades, master of none.
Yep.
So they might have got the position because, they're great at Instagram. They're great at running the company page and engagement. That's great, but do they know how to build a marketing campaign and how to actually grow a proper audience rather than being able to handle an Instagram with 500 or 100 followers?
And it's like you say, you have to think, when you decided to put this responsibility onto this person, you might have been sitting at 150 followers.
Yeah.
Is your goal to satisfy those 150 followers, or is your goal to grow?
Yes.
Because why has this person been consistently posting for 6 months and you've gained 50 followers?
Yeah.
Because you're posting content to satisfy rather than to grow.
Yeah.
And that's where we would come in, and we would have a chat with you. We would have a trial period. Next thing you know, plan in place. Bosh.
Yeah. And again,
no promise,
no guarantee growth, but
the potential to grow is there.
And all the theory behind what companies like us will be doing.
You're setting up your social media to grow.
Yes.
Whereas these other people you're not setting it up to grow. You're setting it up to
You take this podcast, for instance. Obviously, we like to think we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we've done over 10,000 views on social media within the first few weeks on fresh accounts, which I'm not saying it's gone viral by any means.
No, but you compare it to a lot of people's Instagrams and a lot of people's TikToks. And they're pulling in like less than 1,000 in the same period that we have.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show that the expertise is what you really pay for.
Yeah. You need a plan in place, you need to stick to that plan, and you need to follow through.
Yeah.
Which is what you pay someone to do.
But yeah.
No, I enjoyed that.
I did enjoy that one.
I must admit, the coffee's kind of kicking in. It's at the end of a long day, so I know it's been a bit...
yeah.
But now, and then we'll be back to our normally scheduled time next week.
Yes, we've been very busy recently, so
it has.
You can let this one slide.
We filmed 21 days out of 31 in August.
Yeah. Absurd.
Madness.
Why are we booked out like this? I have no idea.
I don't know. We're busy boys. And out of those 21 days, that's 25 shoots.
Yeah, because we're not filming 4 of them.
I was we're doubling up on them.
Yeah.
Madness.
Well,
but enjoyable nonetheless.
Oh yeah, 100%. Right, I think we close it off.
I think we do.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
And see you on the flip side.
Yeah. See you later, guys.